Mics are on. Everything's all set. I'm gonna head out and just make sure you don't hear me. It's okay.
How are you doing? Watch that.
Yeah. Yeah, insurance, I'll watch it next time.
No, we don't.
The Lancaster car show.
Oh, did you?
I'll say strong.
We played out in Scranton, PA over the weekend. Our trip.
Toronto's got a package going. I'll wait for our side. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Right.
There's comments or questions.
Wow. Yeah, we're doing something wrong. How are you, Sean?
Okay, how are you?
Good. Good, good. So if you're not doing anything on the 10th, 6 o'clock, they're meeting in Old Mountain Rivers. And they're thanking, they're doing a promotion for the Ready Bikes. They're going from North Van River. First one's down the river, riding their bikes to the hub where the next one is. And then they're going out through the Wave 5 mile run. I'm going home. But if you want to be part of it, just I'll let everybody know.
Yeah, let me know.
Well, I keep going, so I had a couple more things, but I'll do it during this one. Like we know the Ready Bikes.
Yeah.
They're actually being put in there. And Mike, I asked, what do I need? He goes, your insurance, I said, I do that, indemnification, letter, right, now we're done.
Yes, sir.
You guys are cheap, man. Easy. But yeah, you don't get many tips.
Testing, testing. Can you hear me, Sean?
I can hear you, Mario.
Excellent.
Can you hear me?
Barely. I can move my volume up.
So.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Clerk, you can start bringing the residents in.
Will do.
Thank you for the heads up, I didn't want to freak out. I wouldn't have freaked out. Are we going? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the plumbing inspectors will be busy as house when you forward. Up Captain's, like, starting at, 77 Young Street, go smoking one.
Yeah. Ready for Jim?
No, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for call Jim in?
Wherever he is. Oh, there he is.
There's no discrepancy, he said. He signed the lease and ended in 2000. He only gave us a penny cents for me a piece of paper, so I pulled it out, said, that's what you signed. Administration.
Lifesaver coffee. The other one was later, but I've been called.
What?
My nose stopped dripping. I've been cold.
Mr. Clerk, are you all set?
I'm all set. Can you hear me fine?
We're good.
Given to him is part of the.
No, I appreciate you.
Not so much.
You ready?
Difference.
And then.
Thanks, Bill. I thought you were print.
No, there you go.
I'm thinking again.
Everybody ready?
Oh. Especially.
Mayor,
Oh, yeah. Good kid.
ready? Ready?
Love
Yeah.
You're good? You're
Oh,
good?
yes.
Yeah. But
All right, let's call the meeting of the City of Tonawanda Council to order. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Sheasley,
here,
Fisher,
here,
Rautenstrau,
here,
Mylum,
here.
Cook.
Here, please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. All right, thank you. You may be seated. Bid openings are per your agenda. Communications from the mayor have been ordered and filed. Communications from city officials and correspondents have also been ordered and filed. Common Council is not going into executive session. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Council Member Fisher for a certificate of recognition to 2 residents, and I would just ask that the residents come forward.
So I'm presenting this certificate of recognition from the second ward to Laura and Jim Constant for their hard work, perseverance, and dedication to community service for making a positive impact in the second ward. And what they did was they used to live over on Catherine Street and they moved over to Main Street. And when they did that, they took over this house and they planted, which I've been told now is 1,200 tulip bulbs, and which eventually became known as the Tulip House. So people on Facebook were commenting on how this house brought them joy, but there was no photo, and I happen to live on Main Street, so I run by the house all the time, and I took a picture, and I posted, I said, this is the house, all the tulips. And it had a mini stir on Facebook of people talking about how this house brings them joy when you walk by and see this many tulips in front of a house. And now that the tulips are gone, they have enhanced it with flowers and flags and just beautiful landscaping, and it is a joy to see if you ever go down Main Street right by the old Fast Teddy's. So on behalf of the second ward, I'm presenting the certificate to Laura and Jim.
Thank you very much. At this time, we'll now take comments by the public on the resolutions. For those that are joining us in person, please approach the microphone. For those that are joining us virtually, there is a spot for you to raise your hand. Please do so, and the clerk will call upon you. Any comments on the resolutions? Mr. Clerk, any resident joining us virtually that wishes to address the council on the resolutions?
At this time, no, Council President.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Let's proceed.
Resolution number 1, sponsored by Councilmember Mylum, resolved that the Common Council minutes from June 18th, 2024 be accepted as filed.
We have a second. Seconded by Mr. Sheasley. Comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Rautenstrau.
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Madam President,
Mr. Mylum,
I would like to make a motion to waive the reading of resolutions 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to number 10.
so resolutions 2 through 10. Okay. Mr. Clerk, I have a motion by Councilmember Mylum to waive the readings 2 through 10. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Rautenstrau. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum. Cook.
I declare waiving the readings of resolutions 2 through 10.
Resolution number 2, sponsored by Councilmember Rounstrau.
Do we have a second? Seconded by Mr. Fisher. Comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, please.
It's been a long time coming, getting this fixed.
Yes, I agree.
Now, this is including the removal of the solar panels, or is this not?
No.
This is different side. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Lamacano, is that correct? That we will not remove those? Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, Mr. Mylum. Any other comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Cheesley.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Rounstrau.
Aye.
Mylum.
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 3, sponsored by the council, seconded by the council.
Comments or questions?
Madam President,
Mr. Rounstrau.
I just want to continue to recognize and thank our outgoing, our retired Congressman Higgins for moving this along, for helping to solve or try to alleviate a situation that we've dealt with for many years in our city. And we rely on the help of elected officials at a higher level to help bring some funding in, help bear some of that tax burden, take some of that off our folks. Well, hopefully resolving or alleviating a safety issue. So, thanks again.
Thank you, Mr. Rounstrau. Any other comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Cheesley.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Rounstrau.
Aye.
Mylum.
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 4, sponsored by the council, seconded by the council.
Comments or questions?
Madam President,
Mr. Rounstrau.
just to continue with that same sentiment from the last resolution, and a lot of the funding for this, we saw from Senator Sean Ryan, from Assemblyman Bill Conrad, I believe our legislator Bardizzi.
Yep.
Assisted with this. It's much needed. We had a lot of issues with that area, eroding back, causing some issues. It's getting close like that. It's great to see this alleviated, as well as bringing a stopping point for our city, giving an opportunity for visitors to come and stop, check out the canal, maybe hang out for a little while, enjoy what we have to offer. Just wanted to recognition of this.
Thank you, Mr. Rounstrau. Any other comments? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Cheesley.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Rounstrau.
Aye.
Mylum.
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 5, sponsored by Councilmember Fisher.
I'll second. Comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Cheesley.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Rounstrau.
Aye.
Mylum.
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 6, also sponsored by Councilmember Fisher.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Rounstrau. Comments or questions?
Comment.
Mr. Fisher.
So this cutting that they do, it basically shaves the sidewalk. North Tonawanda is currently using it in front of their city hall. It's very evident when you walk down the sidewalk, you can see where it's nicely shaven. Instead of putting blacktop to make a little ramp, if it's like 2 inches or less, they just simply shave it down. It gives it a clean look, and it removes the tripping hazard. So hopefully if this goes forward, it'll be able to save us money on replacement of sidewalks. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Fisher. Any other comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Cheesley.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Rounstrau.
Aye.
Mylum.
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 7, sponsored by Councilmember Mylum.
I'll second. Comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Cheesley.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Rounstrau.
Aye.
Mylum.
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 8, sponsored by the council, seconded by the council.
Comments or questions? Comment? Oh, Go ahead, Mr. Sheeslin.
This past Saturday, Sutton, the builders, had an open house in Williamsville on Main Street. Going to be, my understanding, talking. Paul, is that what we have at Riverview is going to be very similar. It was gorgeous. It was well done. I wish my home was that well done. But it really was very impressive. And I'm glad that we've taken that step to move forward. And I thank you for your attendance.
Thank you, Mr. Sheasley. Mr. Clerk, I have a comment. As Mr. Sheasley had just ended, I want to also thank David Sutton and members from his team who are here this evening. I appreciate you working with the city and the council on this project. And I thank you for answering our late night emails, all of our questions. Your feedback has been certainly integral as we do our best to communicate to the residents in the neighborhood. And I certainly would also like to say, thank you for holding these town halls in these meetings that you've done so with the residents. I think they've been truly beneficial. So thank you. Any other comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Roudstrow,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 9, sponsored by Councilmember Mylum.
I'll second. Comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Roudstrow,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 10, sponsored by the council, seconded by the council.
Comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Roudstrow,
Aye.
Mylum, Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted. At this time, we'll now take comments by the public following the resolutions. For those that are joining us virtually, there is a spot for you to raise your hand. Please do so and the clerk will call upon you. For those that are here in person, please approach the microphone. Anything else? Mr. Clerk, we have a comment on the floor.
Dennis Fry, 76 Moulton Drive. This is my second request. We have a deer problem. We're not addressing it. West Seneca, last week I just read in the paper, just added to their request, they're going to the state and ask for a bait and shoot. We already have NT, Clarence, Amherst, Lancaster. Last week for 6 days, I had 2 fawns in my yard, so the mother deer came in every day, laid in my yard, could be ticks in there. Northeast United States is the highest Lyme disease area in all of America, in our country. I don't want to have to start wearing long pants and treating my pants. You have to face up to it. I know it's actually a quality of life issue. I spent over $1,000 last year replacing shrubs in my front. I spent a lot of time and money in my yard planting stuff. She ate all the hostas in the back, all the flowers off. My wife's yelling. I said, they're not, that's what they do. One of the fawns died, so I had to clean it up, took it up on the hill, put it up on the leaf pile. You just can't keep sticking your head in the sand. It's an issue. They're coming, they're gonna stay right in the city. We've lost all the land, they keep developing the land off 2 Mile Creek. It's bad. You talk about taking a walk, those turkeys roosted in the trees behind my neighbor's yard one night. I'm watching them fly down in the morning. They're all over the place. They chased my mailman, he was laughing. I said, you see the turkeys? Yeah, he said, they chased me down the road. There's the deer have done a number at my house and I know my neighbor's house as well. I can't speak for how much you put into your yard to protect it from the deer. Same issue, one of the fawns died this year, I believe, was it in your yard? And I commend this couple that you gave the award to with the tulips. I have to cover my tulips up, completely put mesh over. Cause I can't even keep it to it. So it's
Sure.
just, and I'd rather see. You know, I know some people don't understand it, they're not pets. And I would rather see them humanely done away with, they give them meat to the food bank. You know, having one killed on the road and have to be disposed of, it's just saying that. You just can't keep thinking they're not. I've talked to you, Dave, we've had the conversation, I'm sure you've all seen them. I've seen 30 deer in Betts Park at night in the winter, 15 or 20 over in Spalding. And they just meander through the neighborhoods. They don't even leave. They stay right in the city here. Please think about it. It's something you gotta address.
Thank you for your comment, Mr. Fry. Mr. Clerk, do you have any residents wishing to address the council virtually?
At this time, no one has signified they would like to speak on the resolutions or anything else, Council President.
Mr. Clerk, we do have a comment on the floor.
Hi, my name is Carolyn Del Valle, and I am from 325 9th Street. I am asking that if one of the council members, I've tried to contact David a few times about environmental restoration in the city of Tonawanda. For instance, like I see on here specifically about sidewalk replacement. I have a feeling that the reason that these are needing to be replaced is because of tree roots. If that's the case, if we restore the soil around the trees with compost tea, compost extract, which is very simple to make, it does not smell. Restore the health of the trees with restoring the health of the soil, then that will reduce our cost for sidewalk replacement. Curb replacement, street replacement, sewer drain replacement, all of those are often because of tree roots growing outward because of anaerobic conditions. The city of Tonawanda, I live in the project, and we had a soil sample 2.5 feet below is anaerobic. So that means that the city of Tonawanda likely followed in that. I would like to know if I could work with someone directly regarding advice about soil restoration in the community. I have talked to Anne at the I forgot where she works, recreation department. Amanda, I'm sorry. I talked to her, and I have not spoken to the Parks Public Works Commissioner. I will be doing that. So I would just like to know if I could work with someone directly. Also, I have some advice about the deer. If we add plants that they can eat to the small amount of green areas we have, we can prevent them from entering our areas where they look for sustenance and privacy and stuff like that. Also, there's deer food plants. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. To answer your question of who you would work with, you'd contact the mayor's office and schedule a meeting with the mayor or the administrative assistant.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay.
Mrs. Del Valle, I'd also like to chat with you about the number that you put on, because I've never heard.
Okay, I sent you a message on Facebook
I'm not on
Messenger as well. Okay, it
That's
says
why.
Dave Mylan.
I'm not on.
Okay, thank you.
I'll give you my phone number so you can call me.
Yeah, as soon as the meeting's over.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Any other comments?
Yeah, real quick, my favorite project, the Spalding property. Thanks for doing a great job on the city side of it. Right now, Cat does a great job. The city has been stepping up. That piece that's in between, that I understand is being developed, sold, eventually gonna have buildings. It's got a mountain behind it, and the grass has gotta be this high.
Yeah, we do.
Whose property is that?
You missed we were discussing that, and we're going to, some of it is owned by a new company that bought it, and we are going to go after them and have them start maintaining that,
Okay, yeah,
because they do own it.
okay, they do own it now, so it has changed hands.
Yep.
Well, because like I said, the mountain's been there for a while.
Oh, I know.
Not drivable, driving.
We got rid of the wood, so one step at a time.
Thank you, Mr. Simon. Mr. Clerk, any resident wishing to address the council virtually?
At this time, no.
Mr. Clerk, we have a comment on the floor.
My name is Andrew Hogenkamp. I live at 241 Rogers Avenue. And I just want to follow up on the email I sent out concerning the intersection between Hackett and Wheeler, for those railroad tracks. I don't know if it was discussed yet. But it's right now considered a hazard because people are going through that stop sign right now and it's just an issue. And I do have video proof of a car actually blowing through and I'm forced to stop on the railroad tracks and I cannot be stopping on those tracks. I would hate to see a tragedy happen in the city of Tonawanda that happened in North Tonawanda. So I'm wondering if there's any resolve or anything that might be done in the future.
So thank you, Mr. Hogenkamp. Your mom reached out to me. I did provide an update to her. I spoke to Officer Worthling from Traffic and Safety, who was going to increase patrols in that area and was also going to enter it as new business for Traffic and Safety. Okay, thank you. Any other comments? Mr. Clerk, last call. Anyone wishing to address the council virtually?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Sheasley.
We discussed in the informal regards to cameras in Eastern Park because it's costing us thousands and thousands of dollars worth of damage. Spray paint. They're kicking in the doors to let you know, $1,500 more a door every time we put a door in that place. I talked to the building inspector about some other stuff, a house on Fillmore that to me looks ugly, but he's under code and a bubbler on Loretta Street. Basically, that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Sheasley. Mr. Fisher.
For the Chris Fisher Gives Back program, this council meeting, the check for $50 went to the City of Tonawanda Firefighters Local 859 for their charitable fundraiser. That is all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Fisher. Mr. Rautenstrau.
Thank you, Madam President. One, I just wanted to thank Councilman Fisher for recognizing Laura and Jim Constantine. They were neighbors of mine. They did a great job when they moved into Catherine Street. Really beautiful. That neighborhood. It's great to see them spreading that beauty around our city, even if they did move into another place. So a well-deserved recognition of their efforts over the years. The second thing I want to mention, we brought it up in the informal. It's been something we've been throwing out there and talking about possibly migrating our civil service services to the county. I know there's some pushback. I know there's pros and cons of this whole thing. As we continue to talk about budgets moving into it, I recognize it's nominal, but it's a savings. We should be looking at everything. I mean, $30,000 savings for the city overall, 15 by us, 15 by the school board. It's definitely something that can consider, but I think more importantly, put an air of transparency, opens it up to not be run by people within our city, not be questioned about it. We have a great city. There's definitely families of our firemen and policemen and people that have grown up with this, but I think it would be better handled and a little fairly done by a third party, by the county. Over the years, we haven't had full lists to be able to pull from. We've seen a lot of turnover in the Civil Service Commission, both with the secretary and even with some of the members. Would just like to see it done a little bit better. I think, we can do better. There was some letters that came to the council by our department heads in expressing their concerns. I did take the liberty of forwarding that to the commissioner from Civil Service, and he did reply to it. It's in our communications. I'd like to take a minute to read it into the record. It's my understanding that if we do move forward with this, and I hope we will take some action on this and put it up for a vote, and a vote by the residents if it comes to it. I think it would be a local law on our side, our city attorney said, and it would be a public referendum. So I want it out there in the public, and I want our residents to understand it and know what's going on with it. So the communication from the listening council, it's addressed to me. It's from Brian Bray, the personnel commissioner at the county civil service. It said, as I had communicated, the Erie County Department of Personnel can assume civil service oversight responsibilities from the City of Tonawanda Municipal Civil Service Commission. In addition to Erie County, we oversee all towns, villages, special districts, and non-city school districts in the county. We do not charge for these services so that it would be no additional cost to your residents. Unlike your city, and as allowed under Article 15 of New York State Civil Service Law, we utilize a personnel officer model of civil service administration. The advantage of this model is that it allows for a more streamlined and efficient approach. Rather than waiting for a monthly meeting for a commission to take action, we can take action immediately. This can greatly expedite hiring decisions. Another advantage is that we have tests and civil service lists given countywide. Depending on your city's laws regarding residency requirements, preferences, you can hire off a civil service list from anyone in the county who is reachable on the list of eligible candidates. This ability would give the city more flexibility when trying to fill harder to fill positions. In addition, your residents who sign up for a civil service exam, hoping to get a job with the city or school district, would now be able to be canvassed and considered for employment in the county and neighboring municipalities and school districts. Thus, using the county civil service services would give your residents looking for public sector employment more employment opportunities, as they can be considered for more opportunities after taking a single exam. However, I also want to inform you of some drawbacks. If you switch to the county, first, we hold our exams at a centralized location in the county, commonly one of the SUNY Erie campuses. Your resident seeking employment would commute to that location to take the exam. Second, the city would still retain some work. Your associate with civil service, such as canvassing the list of eligible candidates to determine if they are willing to accept the available position or recruit for positions that do not require an examination. Additionally, we implement policies and practices that work for all appointing authorities. The drawback to this is that we cannot provide customizations for every one of our partners. Finally, I also wanted to stress that although we are always willing to work with appointing authorities to solve their civil service challenges, we also follow the law. This commitment occasionally frustrates some of our partners, as we are unwilling to cut corners or turn a blind eye. If the city ultimately chooses to use our services, you should know that we will hold the city to the same high standard. While you may not always be happy with what we tell you, you will know it will always keep you out of legal trouble. I hope this information helps you make the best decision for the city of Tonawanda and its residents. I definitely think it's worth consideration, and I hope we have a further discussion and bring this up to a vote. Asking that maybe at the next council meeting, we can have the resolution on the table. Finally, I'm sorry to keep going on with you guys. I do want to make a point of talking about the last meeting that we had where we talked about the budgets. I think it was a very productive meeting. It's a great meeting. I appreciate Councilman Milo, initiating this special meeting. I think it's important that we start talking about these things before the budget comes out in October. Taking things into consideration, knowing what we're facing is going to be very important before we make these decisions. I think we had some great topics of discussion about it. I hope our department heads have been involved and engaged with this as well, so we can all kind of work together to do what's best with our community, what's best with our taxpayers. Hopefully not get to a point where we have to raise taxes or we have to cut services to a point where our residents be unhappy. That's all I got to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Armstrong. Mr. Mylum.
I'll be brief.
It used to be the nothing report.
Yeah, I know. So I want to thank, I just wanted to thank the DPW for everything that they've been doing. I was reminded of how fortunate we are to have such a great DPW. As I was wheeling back my garbage can and thought, my gosh, I have to wash this thing out. And they do this over and over and over again. They pick up everything we put out. So I want to thank you and your guys for everything that you do. Same for the police department, fire department. We've said it before, our services are second to none. And I just wanted to say thank you because it's been a while since I expressed that thing. I think that might actually be it. We were talking about doing a pay for parking. So that's kind of, it's not going to be anything for residents that they'll have to pay. This is only for non-residents using our park areas. So stay tuned, that'll be coming. I think that's about it. I know I'm going to remember something after this time is over, but I think that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Mylum. Mayor?
Thank you, Madam President. Couple things, the dog control officer, which is Dan Mulpey, Pit Chicks, where we have our dogs. They take care of our dogs as we take our dogs too on Grand Island. Chief Clance, I want to thank you and congratulate you. We had a satisfactory inspection. The Department of Ag comes in. What they do is they inspect our shelter, which is Pit Chicks. They inspect the way we do our business, the way we do our work. And it's a 19 step approach. And the Department of Ag is the one that comes in and looks at it. And it's pretty serious when they come in because they can shut you down. And it came through with flying colors. I want to say thank you because they're also there to keep our dogs safe. And how about you? But I care about our animals also. I also want to say, I mentioned immediately in the back, FEMA is something that I guess our department has to fill out very, very specifically many times over the winter because we had a December storm. We had a lot of damage and we filed for FEMA. And we received $17,963.14 for snow removal. We received a check of $24,612 for the traffic signal on Main and Wheeler when it was broke. We feel I just signed for $86,438.63 for the embankment erosion that happened. This is all additional money because we did our due diligence. So when someone says, you know, do we need to file for this? Do we need to do a road closure? Whenever we do let's say state of emergency, we interact with FEMA. If I don't do it and I don't close because I think we're fine, then we don't get any chance for funds. So we'd miss out on all that. I'm sure glad we did it, made a decision. And Mark Banks and myself, I want to thank Mark for his work on that. Next thing is I want to say the Parks Rec and DPW, we had a windstorm, believe it or not, that came in Saturday. And we had a huge double tree down on the back here. We had another tree on East Niagara. And I just want to say thank you. They took care of it half a day. Did a bang up job. I want to thank you for all the hard work you did with that. It's phenomenal. It opened up the bike path so we can work on that bike path and go up and down it safely. And the Independence Day is not 4th of July because we're doing it on the 5th. It's now Independence Day celebration. It's going to be on the 5th, as you know. And please spread the word. Chief, thank you for getting that sign down there at the river. It just basically reminds everybody who comes down because I'll guarantee you 500 people are coming down to our park on the 4th of July. It's going to happen, unfortunately. Kohler Pool, there's a lot of hard work. I want to thank Sharon Stewart, Administrative Assistant, Dave Nadell, Chris Foles, Dave Franzek, Jen Kayla, and also the Civil Service. The Civil Service put 20 people through and get them all vetted. They had to get background checks on all 20 of those people. And they did it so fast. I want to thank them. It was a day and 2 turnaround. It was a hard work by them, and I want to thank them for their hard work also. And also, the biggest thing, I want to say happy birthday to both Sharon and to Adam. Congratulations for great birthdays. How old you are, but you two look very young. I want to say thank you and for the work you do for the city.
She's 24.
I know.
We were actually going to sing, but thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, we did.
Mr. Mylum, you
Yeah,
had,
I just wanted to, Carolyn reminded me, I am not on Facebook, I'm not on social media in any way. That is not the way to get a hold of me. My phone number's on this city page. Please call me. I'll come to your house and sit down and talk with you. Facebook, I do not do business on Facebook. I haven't read that in over a year. So if the account is still open, I'm sorry for your frustration. But I just want people to know that is not the way to get a hold of me. It's social media. So please give me a call. I'd much rather come to your door and talk with you.
okay,
Thank you for coming back.
yes, of course. Mayor,
Yeah, there was one last thing. Ready Share bikes are coming to City Tonawanda. So what that means is those big old red bikes, there's gonna be a rack of 6 down here at the boat docks, another one at the hub, where people can take the cards, rent them and go. I mean, it's the greatest bikeway, the greenway here that runs all the way through the state to Albany. So it's gonna be awesome. On July 10th, there's a kickoff at Old Main Rivers. And the council, I'm inviting the council down. We'll start at 6 o'clock at Old Main Rivers. We're gonna do a bike down to here, the first one, then we're gonna go to the one at the hub. And I'm done. And then they're going for another 5 miles, but you're more than welcome to come say thank you to the Ready Bike. I got some legal advice. We got a certificate of insurance from them. We also got a indemnification of concerns that happened. So we're out of the loop when it comes to that. So I want to thank Mike and Brittany for that. But Ready Bikes are coming, so the bottom line is the city is ready for Ready Bikes. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Mayor. Anybody have anything else? Okay. All right, just to piggyback off of the mayor, regarding the Independence Day fireworks. From Niagara Street, from Bout to Gibson, it will be closed beginning at 5 p.m. So please, follow the detours, on July 5th. Yesterday Kohler Pool opened. I really want to thank, everybody, who was involved and working tirelessly to make sure that the pool opened on time. I heard it was a great opening day. So thank you, everybody, in your help in making that happen. Art on the Riverwalk is coming up this month, on July 14th, and our garden walk is July 19th and 20th. And Councilman Mylum kind of stole my thunder. I just wanted to remind the community that all of our emails and phone numbers are posted on the city website. Those are the means that you would want to use to contact us if you have any questions. And we are going to have a second budget workshop, which will be on August 27th at 6 p.m. City clerk will prepare a workshop notice when the time is right, but mark your calendars for that. With that said, I'd like to thank everybody for coming this evening. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Sheasley. All those in favor?
Aye.
Have a great night, everybody.